And welcome back to Play Action Fantasy Football Week 8. This is Jonathan here with you. Today we're going over the running back rankings, the top 25. If you guys don't mind liking and subscribing, that would be awesome. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Number 1, we're going to go with Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara, he actually took the number 1 spot away from McCaffrey. McCaffrey, I believe, has had it every single week almost. But this week I got to go Alvin Kamara. He's been putting up very, very good numbers against decent defenses. I think this week against Indianapolis, he for sure can take advantage of that. They're giving up a lot of points to running backs, and Alvin Kamara can catch the ball, as you can see, as well as any other running back in the league, which is a big thing in PPR. So I got to put Alvin Kamara there at number 1. I think he will for sure score the most points this week in fantasy for running backs. Number 2, we're going to go to Christian McCaffrey. He's questionable this week. I think he's going to end up playing, but we really have no idea. Again, we record this on Mondays, so we're going to have to kind of you're going to have to keep a lookout on the injury side of things and see how it plays out the rest of the week. But he's going to be at home against Cincinnati next week, so I think this is going to be a good matchup for him. And he's definitely going to be doing numbers like he usually does. He's going to get in the end zone, take that anytime touchdown. He's going to be there at number 2. Number 3, we're going to Austin Eckler. I know some people didn't like how low I put him last week, but how many points did he score? He scored 5 points. So I'm going to put Eckler there at home against Chicago. It's a great matchup. Chicago's given up a lot of points to running backs. Eckler is bound to have a good week. He's a great running back. He can catch the ball, so he's going to be right there at number 3. Number 4, we're going to go to Tony Pollard at home against the Rams. Tony Pollard, he's a dog for the Cowboys. The Cowboys rely on him heavily. He's always getting in the end zone. I would have to put him there at number 4. The Rams, their defense is kind of going on the decline. However, they do have a good defense, so Tony Pollard there at number 4. Number 5, Breece Hall at the Giants. He's been putting up a lot of numbers showing what he can do. Last year he was a rookie and he's still been healthy. So at the Giants are doing okay on defense, giving up a decent amount to running backs. But in this game specifically, I think the Jets offense is struggling a little bit, especially in the pass. They're going to be getting it to Breece Hall a little bit more than usual. Number 6 is Saquon Barkley, another questionable. This is Monday, not too sure what he's going to be doing this weekend, so just stay on the look for the injury report. But if he does play against the Jets, it's going to be a very good day for him. He's going to put up a lot of points. Him and Breece Hall will be right up there with each other. Number 7, DeAndre Swift at Washington. And honestly, there's a chance he could be higher than number 7 in this matchup. Washington has certainly been struggling as of late, and the Eagles have been getting it done. So Swift, he himself has been getting it done as well. He's been putting up points, so he's going to have to be number 7, and he's going to get some points this week against Washington. Number 8, we got Jonathan Taylor incoming. Zach Moss is going to be fading out a little bit. It seems to be. It's not like he's going to be completely phased out, but Jonathan Taylor is getting a majority of the carries now, and it's trending in that direction. So against New Orleans, who has a very good defense, one of the best in the leagues, I think Jonathan Taylor still is going to put up points like he did against the Browns, and he's going to have a great day. He's a great athlete, great running back, so look for him there at number 8. Number 9, we're going to Isaiah Pacheco at Denver. He's another guy who can have a very good day. Denver, they're 32 against the running back, worst in the league. So the only reason I don't have him higher is because Patrick Mahomes has been firing the ball out a lot. Pacheco isn't. He's definitely getting carries and getting points, but he's just not getting that RB1 elite kind of usage. So I definitely think he's a solid number 9. Number 10, Travis Etienne at Pittsburgh. He's going to have a good day. Those are another one of those running backs who always is putting up points against Pittsburgh, who's been struggling a little bit on defense, especially against the run. I think Etienne has a good chance this week. Number 11, we're going to go to Raheem Mostert at home against the New England Patriots. He kind of dropped off a little bit. He started off super, super hot throughout the first few weeks, and the past couple weeks took a little bit of a dip. However, he's still up there. You're going to still be getting points. He's guaranteed points. He's obviously one of the better PPR running backs. He can catch the ball as well. So against New England, I think he's going to have a good day. Take him there at number 11. Number 12, we got Josh Jacobs at Detroit. Supposedly Detroit has a great defense. The Ravens showed that there's some flaws there. So Josh Jacobs, I think, is going to have a good day, but I don't think anything super crazy against Detroit. It's going to be in Detroit. With the Raiders offense right now, I think Josh Jacobs is going to be who they rely on a little bit, but it's not like he's going to be getting a super substantial amount of points. Number 13, Alexander Mattison at Green Bay. This is a good matchup for Mattison. It's a rivalry. Green Bay's number 30 against running backs. So it's kind of leaning towards Madison's side this week. We'll see what Mattison does today, playing Monday Night Football. Again, we record on Mondays, so we'll see what Mattison does tonight, and we'll go from there. But I think he's going to be a solid number 13 spot. Number 14, we're going to the Detroit Lions, David Montgomery. Hopefully he's coming back this week. He was dealing with some injuries. He's still questionable, but it looks like he could be coming back this week. So I'm going to put him in here at number 14 against the Vegas Raiders, who's been struggling a lot against the running back. So going to have to put Montgomery there. He's a very good runner. Number 15, Kenneth Walker against Cleveland. I usually have Kenneth Walker up there in the top 10, I'm not going to lie. But this week at home against Cleveland, I think Seattle could definitely pull it out. Walker's obviously going to be getting points, but I think just because Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss had a good game last week against Cleveland, none of the other running backs Cleveland has faced has really done that to them. So I don't see it happening with Walker, but it is a PPR league. He definitely could catch passes and get points, so he's still going to be a solid number 15. Number 16, Joe Mixon at San Francisco. This is a tough one. Joe Mixon, he's been up and down. He's getting older. At San Francisco, a good defense. It's gonna be hard for him to get a lot of points, I think. However, I do think he gets a solid 10, 12 points. But I wouldn't expect anything too crazy from Joe Mixon this week. Number 17, Bijan Robinson at Tennessee. Tennessee's got a good rush defense, good stats against running backs in fantasy. And Bijan Robinson, I think he went down with some sickness last night. I'm not too sure exactly what his illness was, but he only played about one snap, I believe, or he only got the ball one time. So it was hard to kind of place him and what he's going to do. I guess he's questionable to play this week against Tennessee. But obviously he's a reliable running back usually. It was a weird week last week, but he's a solid number 17. Just keep an eye on it. Again, this is Monday, and make sure he's going to be playing, but he should be good. Number 18, the King, Henry. He's fallen down to number 18 against Atlanta, they're number 2 against running backs, one of the best in the league. And Tennessee's offense isn't looking very promising. So Derrick Henry is going to be down there at number 18. Number 19, Rachaad White at Buffalo. Rachaad White, he's gonna be stepping up a little bit. I think with who he's facing, Buffalo, they're giving up about 22, they're ranked number 22 against running backs in fantasy. So Rachaad White, he's been up against a bunch of good defenses. They faced Philadelphia, New Orleans, Detroit, Atlanta, all top 5 defenses, especially against running backs, let alone. So this is going to be the week, I think, where Rachaad White is going to be able to get the most amount of points that he can get. So I think against Buffalo, it's going to be a good matchup there at number 19. Which brings me to that same game, number 20, James Cook. He's kind of been a letdown a little bit this year, as well as the whole Bills team in a way. They still find a way to get wins, but they're not looking pretty. So at home against Tampa Bay, I think James Cook is a solid number 20. He's going to get points, but nothing too crazy. Number 21, Ramondre Stevenson. He's another one who's dropped down a little bit. He's going to be at Miami, who's very mid against running backs. I think Ramondre Stevenson has a decent chance to get points this week, but nothing too crazy. Number 22, Aaron Jones at home against Minnesota. Minnesota, Green Bay, that's a rivalry game. Minnesota's got one of the best running back defenses, so it's going to be hard for Aaron Jones to get a lot of points. He's coming off a little bit of injury bug. We're going to see how he plays. I think he's going to have a good game. I truly do, but I don't see anything too he's not going to be putting up anything more than 15 points for you. Kareem Hunt at Seattle. I don't even know where to start. Kareem Hunt, he wasn't even signed to a team a few weeks ago. With Chubb gone, Hunt stepped up now. He's the second back. Jerome Ford's the initial back. However, Hunt gets the red zone touches. He gets the catches. He gets a lot of stuff that Ford doesn't. So I'm going to have to put Hunt up there at number 23. Number 24, Brian Robinson, another guy dropping a little bit, but it's part of his matchup as well because he's going up against the number 1 against running backs, Philadelphia Eagles. So it's going to be hard for Brian Robinson to get much points, but he's always a very good number RB1 for the Commanders. So he's going to be right there at number 24. And last but not least, we're going to throw in Gus Edwards there at number 25 at Arizona. It's because of the matchup, baby. Arizona, number 29 against running backs. Gus Edwards, he's been kind of hit or miss, honestly. He's kind of like one of those bully running backs, but he doesn't get the ball a whole lot in the end zone, red zone, I should say. So I do think this is going to be the opportunity, though, for him this week against a struggling Arizona defense. So that's that. And that's going to do it for our running back rankings this week, Week 8. Again, this is Jonathan. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go like, share, comment, follow, and have a great weekend.